Hey there, just a quick update. I spent the summer resting and realigning, and it was incredibly restorative for my mind, body, and spirit. And now I am so excited to come back. Starting October 2nd, I'll be back with brand new episodes, fresh insights, and new resources to help you feel calm, confident, and empowered for your birth. Until then, enjoy this episode. Your birth matters, and I'm honored to be a part of how you prepare for it. In this Dr. Nicole Says episode, I'm sharing why you deserve more than a healthy baby. Welcome to the All About Pregnancy and Birth podcast. I'm Dr. Nicole Calloway Rankins, a board-certified OBGYN who's been in practice for nearly 15 years. I've had the privilege of helping over 1,000 babies into this world, and I'm here to help you be calm, confident, and empowered to have a beautiful pregnancy and birth. Quick note, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for medical advice. Check out the full disclaimer at drnicolerankins.com/disclaimer. Now let's get to it. Hello there. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. This is the Dr. Nicole Says episode on how you deserve more than a healthy baby. Whether you are a new listener or a returning listener, I'm so grateful you're spending some of your time with me today. Now, in these shorter episodes of Dr. Nicole Says, I'm just sharing an important topic with you today. And today we're going to talk about how you deserve more than a healthy baby. So you will hear people say a lot like, you should just be happy to have a healthy baby, okay? You'll hear doctors say it, you'll hear nurses say it, family members, and even friends. And this often comes up in the context of making a birth plan. So what happens is you express things that you want for your birth, perhaps like a low intervention birth. You want to avoid cesarean birth. You want to avoid episiotomy. You want intermittent monitoring and not have to be strapped to the monitors all the time. You want to be able to move around. Maybe you want to use the shower or a bath. Maybe you want to have an unmedicated birth and you put all of your things and your preferences into a birth plan. And then the doctor, maybe even the midwife sometimes will say like, well, I'm going to say it's generally going to be doctors who are going to be more like this. Will say, well, remember, the most important thing is a healthy baby. Well, I have a couple of things to say about that. So listen up. Number one, birth is an incredibly special event. It is not something that's going to happen very often in your life for you. People have a couple children, 3 children, maybe 4 children is even considered a lot. So it's actually a relatively rare event in your life. So of course, you have wishes just beyond the physical health of your baby for this beautiful, incredible, life-changing event. Now, I will say that notice I said wishes. I didn't say plans for your birth because the reality is that birth cannot be planned. Your doctor cannot plan birth, even if they say they can plan anything. I'm all about helping you make informed choices during your pregnancy, and that includes what you put into your body. And the truth is, most prenatal vitamins aren't clinically tested, and pregnant women are often left out of research altogether. That is not okay. Well, Ritual is flipping the script. Their essential prenatal multivitamin is the only leading prenatal backed by its own 24-week clinical trial. Not only does it help deliver key nutrients like folate, vitamin D, and biotin, moms taking Ritual had lower overall cortisol levels in pregnancy compared to those taking a leading prenatal. From my expert perspective, Ritual stands out because their formula is science-backed, third-party tested, and made with traceable ingredients you can actually track down on their site. I recommend it, but more importantly, women who take it love it too. Don't settle for less than evidence-based support. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/Dr. Nicole. Start Ritual or add Essential Prenatal to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/Dr. Nicole for 25% off. I can't plan birth. You can't plan birth. The only person who really plans the birth is the baby, and they don't tell us exactly what those plans are. So you can't plan birth. You can, however, of course, have wishes for how you want your birth experience to unfold. That is completely normal, natural, and something that should be supported. You deserve to have those birth wishes supported. And then the second thing I want to say about the "you should just be happy to have a healthy baby" comment is that, of course, you want a healthy baby. You don't need no reminder that the most important thing is a healthy baby. Of course you want a healthy baby. You are not going to intentionally do anything to harm your baby. Doctors have this warped sense that if you have a birth plan or birth wishes, that somehow you are willing to put your life or your baby's life at risk in order to achieve what you have in your birth plan. And that is absolutely ridiculous and absolutely false. Of course, again, you're not going to do anything to intentionally harm your baby. That's absolutely ridiculous. You, of course, want a healthy baby. Of course, the most important thing to you is a healthy baby. You don't need to be reminded of that. What the reminder needs to be, who needs to be reminded, is actually the medical system. The entire medical system, whether it's doctors, nurses, midwives, hospitals, all of the things. What we need to be reminded of is that a healthy baby physically, a healthy mom physically, that's the bare minimum, okay? That's the very least that we should be able to do, especially in our highly medicalized system. Like, physical health is the absolute bare minimum. You deserve so much more. You also deserve to be listened to. You deserve to be treated with compassion. You deserve to be treated with dignity. You deserve to be treated with respect. You deserve to have your needs centered in your experience, not the needs of the medical system. You deserve a care team who both keeps you and your baby physically healthy and does their absolute best to honor as many of your wishes for your birth as they can in that process. Because it is not just you and your baby's physical health that matters. How you feel about your birth experience matters. How you are treated during your labor and birth matters. And you deserve nothing less than a care team who understands and supports that. Now, I talked about making a birth plan or birth wishes, and a birth plan is really important to help you have the birth that you want, but you want to be sure that you make a birth plan the right way. Well, I am super excited to share that my class, Make a Birth Plan the Right Way, I'm getting ready to release it as a pre-recorded video that you can access at any time for free. So the best way to know when the video comes out is to hop on my email list. Head to drnicolerankins.com/email, join the email list so you'll know when it comes out. Or just check back at my website periodically, drnicolerankins.com. Check it out there. You'll be able to watch it, get the workbook for free, and you'll have forever access to it. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for that. All right, so there you have it. Do me a solid. Share this podcast with a friend. Sharing is caring. I am on a mission to reach and serve as many pregnant folks as I can. And I would love your help in doing that. So if you like this podcast, then please tell it to someone. Also, if you like it, do me a favor and leave an honest review, a 5-star review, if you'd like, in Apple Podcast. It helps the show to grow and helps other women find the show. And then subscribe, of course, wherever you're listening to me right now. All right, so that's it for this episode. Do come on back next week and remember that you deserve a beautiful pregnancy and birth.